Today I'm going to open 555 packs of cards. Where do these packs come from? Well, I just bought them. Why did I buy them? Well, actually I played Hearthstone free to play so far and played mostly Arena. But this month I wanted to go ladder and I wanted to go Legend. And I opened the 120 packs that I earned from just playing Arena for the last few months. And I was able to build quite a nice Face Hunter deck with basic and common cards and only Leroy Jenkins as the legendary. And it went quite fine and I got until rank 3. And then I was kind of stuck because I had all these bad matchups for Face Hunter like Control Warrior, Priest, Druid. And they were really not in my favor, so I saw that to become legendary I need to have a deck that more fits the meta in the higher ranks and probably is more control-ish or mid-range. But I don't have the cards for this because this requires a lot of legendaries or you're really smart in putting up a deck together with the cards you have, but I'm really not sure if that's possible anymore. The game has evolved a lot and very much strong decks and players are out there at the moment. So well, I really enjoyed this game, not only Arena, I also really enjoyed playing ranking and seeing how the matchups are, how to play against, let's say, Zoo, Handlock, Mech-Mage, Face Hunter, Oil Rogue and, you know, mid-range Paladin and all these decks that are currently around, and I just wanted to be able to compete. And since I have a good job and a family, I don't have a lot of time, so I just decided to buy these packs. And I chose 555 because it's a pretty cool number and it should give me a good amount of the legendaries and epics and the possibility to craft the ones that I will not get to build the decks that I want. So I split these 555 decks in 2/3 of classic cards and 1/3 of Goblin versus Gnome cards. That's because that there are around 123 collectible Goblin versus Gnomes cards and about 240 classical cards that are collectible. So my selection just reflects this natural distribution of cards. Let me just check something. Yeah, okay. Cool, yeah, well, then I would say let's start, right? And see what we get. Statistically, I think about every 20th pack you should get a legendary. So I should end up with something like 25, 28 legendaries in the end. And I really hope it are the right ones, like Sylvanas, Ragnaros, Isera, Dr. Boom, stuff like that. Shall we start with the big one or with the small one? I actually would like to start with the smaller package and then doing the bigger one afterwards. So let's start with the 184 ones here. First pack. Alright. Okay, nothing really amazing about this one. Nothing really amazing about that one. Whoa, that's my first legendary so early. Add a spare card to your hand. Yeah, that's really not bad. It's not one of my most favorite, but if you play like a deck with, let's say, Antonidas, the Archmage, and you need a lot of cheap spells to transform them into fireballs, so then Toshley would be really great, I guess. And an epic. And an rare. Wow. Actually this one is pretty nice in aggro decks, because all your minions will get a really nice feature. So I would say this, yeah, this card pack is really quite amazing. Siege engine, okay. Yeah. good cards, quite nice removal. Two rares. The Blast Mage is very nice, so is the Yeti. Good removal. Oh, nice, another epic. I think it can be quite an interesting card in Control Warrior if you have your Acolyte of Pain out. It can take multiple 1 damage and you can draw multiple cards if you are a little bit lucky. The mini-bot, of course, is a lot used now in mid-range and general Paladin. It's really good early game card. Implosion, really nice. Heal bot, used a lot. Yeah, Implosion is shall not be missed in any Zoo decks anymore. Has become very vital. Yeah, the Zap-O-Matic is a very aggressive Shaman card, can be devastating. Kyrsan Mystic is also an interesting deck if the meta has a lot of Hunters, Mages and Paladins. Valence Chosen is also a pretty strong card, I think, particularly in the arena. Can decide games by its own. And yeah, the Tinker's Subsword Oil has actually founded a new class of Tempo Rogue, which is now commonly called the Oil Rogue. Because if you combine this with an Assassin's Blade or so, you get really lots of damage to deal with your weapon. Another Blast Mage. Common. It's always nice. Roof Tender is used in Ram Druid. Also give the other one a mana crystal, but if you go for the big guys, can be really good. Nullifier is also not bad, not bad. Oh nice, another Tree of Life. Wow. That's a very interesting card. It's quite expensive, but I'm pretty sure it's possible to build a really nice deck around it. Maybe a mid-range to control Druid, which sets you back to the beginning once you have established board control and you have the better options in the long run. Caller Pet is quite a nice card actually for hunters if you play a beast deck, which is quite common. Because it lets you play a beast quite early and it replaces itself, so you basically get tempo and card advantage. Particularly good in mid-range hunter probably, because face hunter doesn't carry a lot of cheap beasts, of expensive beasts. Another golden power mace. Shaman card. Test Death Rattle. Okay, yeah, well, makes sense probably in a Shaman mech deck. The Ogre Wormhole. It's a little bit unreliable. Probably not used very much. Lavezuker is a nice hunter card. Floating Watcher is probably pretty nice if you are going to build a demon deck. Yeah, and this of course should get priest on going with mech decks. I'm not sure if they will. but if they do, this is a pretty good card. Meta Bomber, it's crazy, yeah. 2 Valence Chosens. The Cobalt Guardian. Yeah, not very much excited about it, but every card has its reasons. Dark Bomb is cool, all these cards are pretty good commons, and the Shadow Boxer. I would not necessarily build a deck around it, but it's still quite cool somehow. King of Beasts. Wow, another Tree of Life. I really like this card, it's so cool. Really like its style and its effect. Another Implosion, that's great. Oh, second legendary. It's the Prince Galawix, the Rogue legendary. Yeah, that's cool. It's cool. So already got 2 legendaries in 24 packs, which is pretty good. Quite lucky so far. Rare. 2 rares. Shield Maiden. Yeah, Shield Maiden is a very common, very often used card in Control Warrior right now. It's quite a strong minion and it gives you another 5 armor, which is very important in this control deck. Yeah, and the Unstable Portal, which is a lot of fun, and the foundation out a lot of stories about Hearthstone, because lots of beautiful things happen when you use Unstable Portal. I really like this pirate. It's pretty weak, so still like it. Another Kesa Mystic. Crackle, it's also one of the good cards. Shamans at the moment. Another Siege Engine. I'm not very crazy about the Siege Engine. Another Groove Tender. Ship's Cannon. Yeah, I wonder if people are going to build pirate decks and how good they're gonna be. I think mechs are the much stronger mechanic at the moment. Even more than Moloch and even more than pirates probably. So much oil. Another epic, it's Demon Heart. That's a pretty good card. I mean, dealing 5 damage to a minion is okay, but giving your another minion +5/+5 is crazy. So you can use it as removal if you have no other options, but usually you will use it as a buff. Bazookas. Bazookas. Shrink Master's actually quite nice. It has nice synergy with all the control and removal cards of the priests, and most of them are bound to minions with attack below 4, below 3, and with the Shrink Master you can get them in reach. Fire. Okay. It's pretty lame pack. 2 rares. I get so much oil. Whoa! Another legendary, and it's Neptulon. That's nice. Gives you 4 cards, 4 more minions. Some of them will have charge and other nice abilities. think it's yeah, quite a nice legendary. I don't play Shaman a lot, but I would definitely try to build a deck around Neptulon. Why not? Really nice idea. And a golden sheep. So it's currently 3 legendaries in 40 packs. Beer cat. Probably can have some size and energy with the beer cat, like the Gazetchen Auctioneer, for example. Micro Machine is a really crazy little guy. Can sometimes win matches by himself. Mini Mage. Not uninteresting. With a stealth spell damage effect, but still can be killed quite easily, and it's not amazing. I don't know, maybe we'll see some decks that use it, but I think they will be rather rare. Recycle. Yeah, well, that's supposed to be the druid version of hard removal, I guess. Hard to say how good it is, it's quite expensive. But maybe it fills the gap. So I could imagine some control druid decks running one of them. Golds, I like golds. Okay, I think that's enough heal bots now. Shield Maiden is actually good. The recycle. The Snow Chugger is also pretty good. Mage card. Last Mage and Chiefs, I like them a lot. Another epic! Dark Whispers. That's a pretty good card. Yeah, it's a pretty good card. I mean, getting 5 Wisp can be really awesome in conjunction with the little Panther that buffs every of your minions, so really nice opportunity here, and giving another minion +5/+5 and taunt can also be game winning in the right situation. So it's great to get it. Vitality Totem is also a pretty nice totem, I would say, and it's animated. Yeah, if you play Control Shaman, I think can be a must. And it restores a 4 health at the end of your turn, so you have a guaranteed 4 health. So it's like a heal spell with the potential to get more healing. Wow. Yeah, this is the cards that we really want, right? The Shredders are really popular because they are so hard to remove, because you always need 2 attempts to kill the first and then the second minion. And I think it can be played in a lot of decks. It's a really good card. You can build an army of floating watches. Two epics in 1 pack. Deal 1 damage to each hero. I've seen people using it. Give the priest the ability for more aggro playstyle. But as the effect goes in both sides, maybe it's good because the priest can easily heal himself afterwards. but the 1 health also can be quite easily removed, so maybe we'll see some aggro priest decks with it. The Anima Golem is obviously very strong, you just have to be very careful. Okay, I think I have all these cards already. Master for Battle, that is a must. Actually all Paladin decks I have currently seen are based on this card, together with the Court Master. Gives you so much board presence. With all the Paladin ability for buff, it's the center of all current Paladin decks, I guess. Another Dark Whisper, beautiful. Exorcist. Crackle. Okay, I have it all. So 55 packs open so far. 3 legendaries. Lots of cool epics. I think I can be quite happy with it. Neutron, of course, is used a lot. Another unstable portal, that's great, and golden crackle. Oh, next legendary. Trogzor the Ursinator. Whenever your opponent casts a spell, summon a burly rockjar trog. I think these are these 3/5 creatures. Yep. I mean, it's not really one legendary you would instantly say wow, but it's pretty good. I already played against it and it was pretty effective. So definitely will be used in some decks. But it's not as popular as like the 2 legendaries you really want out of this package here is Dr. Boom, of course, because you basically get 9/9 for 7 mana and then in 2 1/4 bombs, which is just crazy value. And the other one is, how is he called? The old Shredder, the legendary Shredder. It's also a card that is very powerful. Recombulator. Yeah, that's quite an interesting card. Basically gives you free heal of one of your minions. And can also transform it into a legendary. That's all basic here. Okay, this is 1 Dark Whispers too much, but we get the 2nd Master for Battle, that's very nice. Actually it's a good package, right? 2 rares and 1 epic. And funny pirate. Yeah, this is a burly rockjar trog, so these are the ones that are created. think in a pirate deck it's actually quite powerful. The only little drawback is that you must summon a pirate first before it gains dealt, and as it's so easily killed, it's rather a card that you can play on turn 3 or 4 than on turn 2. So you have to consider that when cluing him into a deck. Oh, Golden Dark Bomb. I gonna love to use it. And second Anima Golem, that's great. I think there's definitely use for that one. The Golden Master for battle. I think it will also create then golden silver hand recruits, wouldn't it? Mistress of Pain, it's a pretty nice demon, particularly in conjunction with the 5/5 buff. You can really get a monster that heals you a lot and deals a lot of damage. So many. Over for Dragon. Yeah, it's really an interesting ability. It's hard to say how strong it is, and it can be silenced. That is the big problem of this card. But besides from that, it can be really interesting. I don't know, but I like to have it. It has a cool picture. Golden Clockwork Gnome. This little Clockwork Gnome is actually a pretty good card because it's a really nice 1-drop, so if you go for a deck that needs 1-drops, it's a good one because it can trade with a 2-drop and it gives you a spare part when it dies, so it's lots of value for this 1 mana. The Ogre Ninja is pretty strong actually. 6/6 for 5 mana and stealth. Crush. Destroy a minion. If you have a damaged minion, this costs for less. So yeah, basically you would mostly use it if you have a damaged minion, and then it will be for 3 mana. I think it will not replace Execute for 1 mana, but can be a good addition to have more control cards, more removal. And the good thing about it, when it comes hard to hard, it can be hard removal. So it has some flexibility. Spell Stopper. Adjacent minions can't be targeted by spells or hero powers. It's actually quite interesting, and I could imagine that it's very good in a mage giant deck. If you have like 2 giants out already, you maybe even have been taunted 1 of them or 2 of them already, then you could place this one in either in between or at least next to 1 of them. Then it cannot be removed, and then it would be like a really solid taunt, which might win you the game. But this card of course can be removed, and it looks like that if it's been removed that the buff will also go with it. But then the removal goes on this one instead of the other. So yes, I think this can be really strong in some scenarios. Really like a giant mage and something like that. And the Iron Sensei is also very good. As it works at the end of your turn, it's like if you build your deck around Max, this is a must. As it instantly gives you a 4/4, so basically 1 more value than another 3-drop would. 1 more stats, and in addition to that, it can repeatedly do it over the next turns. So it's pretty aggressive and can be a game winner. if used correctly. Yeah, more of it. Secondary combulator. Minibots. Okay. Mo Shaman has Wind Fury. It's a 5/4, can be played on turn 4. I think it's a pretty strong minion. It's like Worst Jedi with Overload, which is not the worst thing in a Shaman deck if you have synergy with this ability. But the Wind Fury thing here is really crazy, and next turn you can even buff it and deal 16, 18 damage in one turn, on turn 5, possibly. It's can be pretty crazy, I guess. Wow, Gaslow. Whenever you cast a 1-mana spell, add a random mech to your hand. Okay, well, Gaslow in conjunction with the other legendary I got, which gives you spare parts, which are 1-mana spells, and in conjunction with the Druid Cat, which gives you 1 spare card whenever you hit it, damage it. I think they can be really build a nice deck around these cards. However, you would need these legendaries played in the same run to be effective together. Yeah, not my favorite legendary, but I'm happy about every legendary I get, and I do not get twice. Another Mistress of Pain. Cool, another Recycle. Alright. Around 80 packs open so far, and if I counted correctly, we got 5 legendaries so far. So we are still slightly on the sunny side of statistics. Cool, another Bouncing Blades. Okay, not amazing. Alright, that's good. Mech Warper is a central card in many mech decks, and to have a golden version is beautiful. Main Death. Trigger all death rattles on your minions. Hunter. It's really cool, I guess. Comes a little bit late. Now after the nerf of Undertaker, death rattle decks are disappearing. But maybe they will come back one day, and then this card will surely be among them. I have all these cards multiple times. Okay, Jeeves. Yeah, Jeeves is good. Yeah, here he is, the Quartermaster. First one. That's the other one that you currently see in basically all Paladin decks. Because this is a card that really makes the Master for Battle interesting. Because it's really powerful in the synergy with the Quartermaster. So if not stopped, imagine that you have the coin, that on turn 3 you play your Master for Battle. The enemy has no area of effect spell, or something similar that can wipe them out, and you play Quartermaster next turn. Then you have, depending on how much survived, 2, 3 or 4 Silverhand recruits with 3/3, and that's really crazy. And imagine you have sometimes a second one and they will get 5/5. And by turn 8 you can play them on the same turn, which is also crazy. So this combo is good at any time. Okay. No more Jeeves, please. It's okay. Was it 3 Mech Warpers? I've seen 2, maybe 3, I'm not sure. Nice, another Vitality Totem. Oh, Golden Epic. I think it's my first Golden Epic. And it's a Murloc. Whenever another friendly Murloc dies, draw a card. Well, I think that's actually quite powerful. It's a little bit like a Cult Master for Murlocs. But it has more health. Okay, another mini mage. Not excited about this one. I like the golden animation. Shield Maiden is cool. A Hobo Goblin. Whenever you play a 1 attack minion, give it +2/2. 1 attack minion, okay. Okay, actually, with Silver Hand Recruits, this might also fit well into the Paladin deck with Master for Battle. If it is triggered by these spells, like minion summoning. If it does, I think it's pretty good. Imagine again you have the coin, you play the Hobo Goblin on turn 2, then you play Master for Battle on turn 3, and if this triggers it, then you get 3 2/2s. So basically 6/6 in stats plus a weapon for 3 mana. I'm not sure if the synergy actually is triggered, but if it does, it's pretty good. Okay, Cobra Shot. Yeah. Not amazing. Another mini mage. No more mini mages, please. That's more interesting. Yeah, I think I'm more or less through with all the common cards and probably rare cards. Now I'm really going for the remaining epics and the legendaries. And I have the Dark Whisper, so 4 times now. Druid of the Fang obviously looks like an approach to make to introduce beasts to Druid decks. But just by this one card alone, there's not enough synergy to justify a Druid Beast approach, I think. But maybe it fits into some decks that partly are based on beasts. Yeah. Oh no! I already have the guy. Shit. So this means 400 dust. Ah, but this one is really cool. Put a copy of each friendly minion into your hand. Yeah, I think that's probably the most powerful mage card that was added to the series. And I've already seen people building giant decks that go with Echo of Medivh. And that makes a lot of sense. Imagine that you have like played 2 Molten Golems, maybe a 3rd Golem, and a Taunter in the middle between them, and then you play this card. Let's say like the Molten Giant is for free because you're down to 10 healths. And then you play the Taunter for 2 or 4, and then you play this. Then you can play the same combo next turn. That's crazy. Wow, golden unstable portal. Another Tree of Life? I think it's my 3rd now. Okay, golden balance chosen. Light of the Naru is a pretty good card, and I think it's the first one I got. It's very nice. Very powerful. It's also my 3rd recombolator by now, I think. So looks like I have to craft Dr. Boom. Still 50 packs left to get him. There's third Bouncing Blade, but second Dunemaul Shaman, that's nice. Had only one so far. Cockhammer. That's a really good card also, and it's not a must in Paladin decks, but it's a good addition, depending on the meta maybe. So it's cool. Nice to get a Cockhammer. Golden Siege Engine, yeah.
Golden Common.
Yeah, we're pretty much through, I guess, with the cards. I mean, it's only 123 different cards, and we have bought 900 cards, so yeah, I mean, makes sense that we almost have all of them, except the legendaries, of course. And a few rares and epics are missing. I think this one was missing, only at one so far. Incaster's Call. This is new. Put a random minion from each player's hand into the battlefield. It's an interesting card, and I've seen people using it together with Malygos. So for example, you have this card and a Malygos and a lot of damage spells in your hand, like Crackle. And you play this card, then it will pull Malygos 100%. And then you have a few damage spells in your hand that will get the extra 5 damage. So let's say you have 3 of them, then you have like additional 15. So this can be like the game finishing combo in some of these games. But of course you cannot rely on one combo to win a game. Except for Miracle Rogue. But these times are over, I guess. A little bit due to the nerf and also a little bit to the new cards and the meta shifting. Okay, now I have them. Plenty. Yes! It's Vol'jin! Swap health with another minion. Cool, it's still not Dr. Boom, but Vol'jin I think is one of the better legendaries. It's really cool. Did I buy 40 packs? Well, not quite. That's crazy, I know. and see what he says. Yeah, I know. It's a one-time investment. I think I can buy any card, craft any card later I will need, and when the next series comes out I will have enough of gold to get the packages I need. Oh, Tree of Life. Already have it 2 times or 3 times. Still it's cool. Gold totem. I think I have 2 golden vitality totems now. Oh, golden tank. Last 20 packs. Let's see if we'll get one last legendary. Golden infantry. Yes, the second quartermaster. Yoo-hoo! Second crush. It's also very nice. Yeah, now it's repeating. Light of Naru, second one, that's nice. Second golden duck bomb is nice. And the second feign death is nice. Is it feign? Sorry if I pronounce it wrong, then please leave me a comment and correct me. Ah, there it is! A Blinktron! 3000, a quick random weapon for each player. It's a useful card, and if you play build a deck around it with some weapon removal, it's actually pretty good. And it makes a lot of fun. People make long videos about using Blinktron. It's a fun legendary. Oh yes, Illuminator. I think I didn't have one before. So this is a pretty good card as well. Once again, especially in a Mage Giant deck. maybe quite good to include one. As the mage has this one secret ice block, I think it is, that usually cannot be removed until you die for your first time. Golden Light of Thunder. So, this is the last one of this series. Okay. This is part 1. I'll have a short break because it really is a lot of work to open 180 packs. And then let's move on with the bigger chunk of packs.